Hello, everyone, and welcome to SPX 2016. My name is Joe.
I'm Rusty.
And with us is...
Santiago.
Santiago, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for sitting with us. We're very excited to have you here.
So, you do comics?
I do comics, yes.
Tell us about these comics.
I do adaptations of nursery rhymes into comics, and they are kid-friendly, so it's not like I'm not reinventing the nursery rhymes. It's actually like illustrating them.
Okay.
And I also have a long-running strip at the Magic Bullet that it's DC's premier comics newspaper. That it's called Lunatic Tales. That it's an homage to the old black and white cartoons of old.
Very cool.
All right. So you say that you adapt the fairy tales. Do you try to stay as faithful as possible to what is already written?
That is correct.
So you don't want to insert any other funny characters, funny animals, or magic?
No, it's what I do it's basically nursery rhymes, and so I'm thinking for kids.
Sure.
So it's better for them to have something to reinforce what the words are saying. That way they can read better or help them get the...
You don't want to, you're not trying to trick children. You don't want to confuse them.
No.
Down a path of illiteracy. You're avoiding that.
Not undermining the story.
Yeah, I think that it's important. Comics, it's an amazing medium to help kids learn to read. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is a good way to get younger kids to start reading comics, because that's also my agenda. Because, of course, if we're here, we love comics. So.
Absolutely. And now you also worked with 826, didn't you, in DC?
That is correct. 826 DC, it's a nonprofit organization that helps literacy with kids. So, and I illustrated a book written by kids. So they were stories written by fifth graders, both in English and in Spanish, and I illustrated them. Yeah,
that's awesome.
What is it that you find most interesting about illustrating these stories that you're not coming up with? You're trying to find ways to represent them. What is it that you find most interesting about that?
Well, to be honest, it was a challenge because kids can go anywhere with their stories. So I had one of a kid trying to murder the president.
Oh, wow.
And then he goes to the president and says like, "Oh, no, you're cool." From that kind of stories to one that was a very personal journey of a kid dealing with their parents breaking up and her dad moving out. So you can go from the silly to very serious stuff. So
that's one of the things about a lot of fairy tales is that they're illogical in how serious versus how silly they get within the same story.
That is correct.
There's a ridiculous talking animal of some sort, and then dead parents or something along those lines. It just doesn't really hew to anything.
They love to kill their parents for some reason.
Well,
that's the running theme.
The best reason, dead parents.
Yeah.
I think all parents should die, eventually.
After they have the kids, they have to become parents first.
That is the only line I draw in the
As soon
sand.
as they become parents.
That's it. If you die before you become a parent, my gimmick is not working.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Oh, come on. Well, that's very controversial to say. Yeah, I don't want to die, no.
Yeah, well, I don't want to live forever, too, so it's kind of like a conundrum.
Really, it's a no-win situation.
You're trying to find a comfortable middle ground.
Santiago is both whining about but not offering any solutions. This situation called life and death.
Don't
want to live, don't want to die. It happens. It's all right.
It's like you just wake up in the morning all cranky. I don't want to live. I don't want
Maybe it's just because I haven't had enough coffee today.
That makes sense.
So you mentioned you're also a part of the Magic Bullet anthology.
Yes.
And it comes out 4 times a year?
No, it comes twice a year.
Twice a year. And that is a medium where it's like a big one broad comic page.
Like old newspaper style.
Old newspaper style, yeah.
Do you find it particularly challenging to try to convey something that only exists on one page? There's not a lot of extra room. Your whole story is whatever fits on that page.
Well, I used to do a web comic that was one-page strips. Mm-hmm. So, and it was formatted to be like a normal comic book page size. So for me, actually, the Magic Bullet gives me a broader canvas to continue telling these kind of one-page stories. So for me, I really like it, the format. And
so that was already the format you had been used to. So
yes,
that's a good continuation.
Yes, but it's actually, since it's a newspaper size page, so I have a lot more space to play with. So I really enjoy it, and the way that I do it, it's even panels. So and I collect those in books. So,
Okay.
but it's like a one panel per page, so it's a completely different experience, and I like that you can see the same story in two different formats. So
That's true.
Nice. So, what exactly inspires you with those stories? You said it's based in a lot of the old cartoons.
yes, I love animation, and it's like a love letter to old school animation. When the stories were simple, it's a wordless comic. The only thing that has, if it has any balloons, it has like like a symbol, like an exclamation point, or
Okay.
a log with a saw to represent snoring or
Lumberjacks,
something.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. It's representing the lumber industry and deforestation. It's,
Sleepy deforestation.
Yeah, sleepy deforestation. That was actually my old
Because
DJ
it
name.
comes out in a newspaper, so I'm protesting at the same time
Yeah,
against the.
Once
Oh,
again,
yes.
you're having your cake and throwing it on the ground. You're
I
not
do,
even
yeah.
eating it.
Don't kill trees. I mean, I kill trees, but don't kill trees.
Don't you kill trees. So there's some left for me to murder.
Exactly.
No, I see where you're going with this. We are simpatico. We're on the same page.
I'm glad about
The
that.
same newspaper page.
Same newspaper page with
Yes.
those dead trees, guys. You know what trees are? Parents.
Trees are parents.
It comes back to my dreams. So, yeah, what is it that you enjoy about coming to SPX? This is not your first time. You've been here many years.
This is my fourth or fifth time coming to SPX.
Okay.
And as an exhibitor, I had come here before just as an attendee because, come on, who doesn't want to come to a place where the best alternative, and I would put
Right.
quotation marks to that, cartoonists are here. You know,
Yeah.
it's where the best are, and it's where the new mainstream is coming from, because who cares about superhero comics when you get so many distinct voices in one single place?
Yeah, it's a crazy variety. It's like a crayon box. We have all the different types of stories and formats, and
Yeah.
all these people telling their own tales in their own ways. It's really neat. So you, what is it that brought you here? Like, were you making comics before you came to SPX?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was doing my webcomic that, well, I finished it, but it's called Chili's World. It's still up there online for
It'll live
Still
forever.
find
it will,
yeah.
it will live forever.
Unlike
You don't want to live
parents.
forever, but the comic will live forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the point. Yeah. That's a good way for living forever, leaving a legacy behind.
Yes.
And so I came here as an attendee because I loved comics. I've loved comics my whole life, and then I moved to this area. I'm originally from Mexico, so it's a big leap.
Yeah.
It is quite a big leap. I mean, if you can make that jump yourself, that's I mean, you have strong legs.
There was no wall then, so I could.
Oh, nice. Okay, congratulations.
That was the good old days.
You made it just in time.
Yeah.
Just in time. Oh man, I can't wait for the wall, guys. I'm gonna put so many quick pictures on it.
We're going to put a wall around the SPX right here. Actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We talked about that years ago in an interview with Jeff
We
Swire.
did, yes.
Putting a wall around Bethesda.
Yeah.
It was train around Bethesda.
A train around
None of this
Bethesda.
matters.
It's nonsense.
Yeah. So once I moved here, I joined the DC Conspiracy group that are people that make comics here in the DC metro area, and through them I was able to. Well, the first time I got here a table by myself, but then the lottery has been so tough.
Oh, yeah.
Very tough.
A lot of demands.
Oh my God, yeah, but you can see why when you come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and one of the good things about the lottery, and there's a lot of challenges with it, is that people who have never exhibited before, they have a good chance of getting in. You know, and there are a lot of first-time exhibitors here. Learning the trade, making their first comics.
So was that a big help for you as an artist working with DC Conspiracy, like working within a group, getting like feedback and stuff like that?
You get feedback, and also cartooning is a very lonely profession.
Yeah.
So when you're doing it, it's basically you are doing it on your own, on a table, on the computer, whatever your medium is. But it's good to be able to go out and talk to people that are doing the same thing that you are doing, that even though their styles are completely different, it's still comics, it's still the same love for the medium that we all have. And it's great to have feedback and to be able to do projects together, like exhibitions or pop-up shops and the Magic Bullet newspaper.
Yeah.
What are you working on going forward? You're continuing with your fairy tales? You're continuing with the Magic Bullet strips?
Well, I am continuing both projects. The Lunatic Tales stories in Magic Bullet and the Nursery Rhymes comics. And I plan on collecting in a book form the nursery rhymes comics. I have now 48 pages done, so it's enough to do a little book, but I want to do a little bit more so that it's thicker. And for kids that are used to picture books, that they're usually 32 pages long, so it's within the realm of
what they're already familiar with.
Yeah,
yes,
like a good square bound book.
Yeah, my idea is to try to do a Kickstarter to fund a hardcover version of it, because once again, kids are used to hardcovers, and they will destroy it if it's
and that's what they look for like schools and libraries and things like that.
Yeah, books that can survive a lot of damage.
Yeah.
A lot of temper tantrums, things like that.
I throw my own temper tantrum, so I understand that.
And that's why all your books are all every page is a
every
board.
page is a hardcover for me.
Yeah,
I remember being a kid, and you get excited, and sometimes by turning the pages, you could rip them off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that is very. I don't know that I've ever been that excited. And I was like, I cannot turn this page fast enough. Maybe
what kind of books are you reading?
The worst, apparently.
Not good enough.
The worst kind. It's like I can take or leave the next page. I don't really know.
I guess.
If this is the end of the story, it might as well be. Okay, then.
Fine, I'll turn the page. All right.
It takes me forever
to
read. Chose lackadaisical books.
Yeah, it's lackadaisical where you can meditate. So I turn over. I just walk away.
Yeah.
I come back later. Now, Santiago, before we bid you adieu, would you enjoy answering a mystery question?
I don't know if I would enjoy it, but I think I have to.
You have to?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to bring in new and improved mystery machine. There we go. Oh, yeah. There's your quarter.
There you go.
Okay.
Very flashy.
That's wonderful. Bring it on back.
Should I pop it open?
Yes. They can be a little tough.
If you can.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and read it.
What's your favorite date in history?
A lot of days to choose from.
You know what? Every day is to choose from. Every day that has come before today, and including today.
Today would be an easy answer, but the day has just begun.
Yeah, is it really a part of history?
It could really go downhill from here. You don't know.
May 21st, 1987.
I'm gonna
start just naming dates.
Random day.
Random date.
Start pulling out memory.
No, I will have to say it's when I met my wife.
Oh.
I know that sounds corny and cheesy, but
it's awesome.
It was the worst night until I met her.
Oh wow.
I was living in San Francisco at the time. I had decided that dating there was really difficult, so I went to a singles party where I realized that my dating history was over. Oh. Because it was like, you go to a singles party and you cannot connect with anybody, nobody that is into the same thing that you are into or anything like that. And then I went to a friend's party like completely depressed, and lo and behold, I met my wife.
Wow.
Now, did she feel the same about you? Was she having a terrible day and then you rescued that?
Did it get better when she met you?
I know that we had a lot of fun and we teased each other, but she had a weird day in the sense that even within the party, an ex of hers dropped by to leave her a scarf that she had left in his car. Oh, so weird. It was like completely random stuff, but things happen for a reason, and she's the reason that I moved to DC. So things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And
so what you're trying to say is that your wife has orchestrated your entire life?
Not my entire life, but
ever since she met you.
She has been behind the scenes puppeteering me.
Right.
Nice.
All the time, and
you were living your own nursery rhyme.
I am.
No, because then if all three of us doing it, that's what the whole thing is now. Then it just becomes a really cool music video. And we can't have
just
that.
Swirl and we'll disappear.
Yeah. Now, Santiago, where can people find your work online?
Online, the easiest way is santiagocasares.com. And there's links there to my nursery rhymes comics that they are in Tumblr. That is, I believe it's nurseryrhymescomics.tumblr.com.
Okay.
And a link to the comic, my previous web comic, Chili's World, that is at chilisworld.com.
Okay.
But you can also get a link from santiagocasares.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you for talking about this, Santiago.
Yeah,
Thanks
we
so much,
appreciate it.
Joe, Rusty. Keep doing the interviews and keep on rocking.
We'll keep rocking.
We'll rock
Keep
forever.
on rocking.